Hi.
Evening, folks. Welcome to tonight's session of Another One Bites the Dice, Quelmar's realm trotting
Tyler, where am I?
into...
Tyler, I'm not there.
Where
am
are you?
I?
Where'd you go? You were there.
Where did you turn me
Son
off?
of a
Can they hear
bitch.
me? I hope they can't hear
James,
me.
Zoot's dead too. Now it's just
Wait,
winter.
James,
It's the winter
talk.
solo episode.
Layering issue. Layering
It's
issue.
you.
Jeff,
It's you, isn't it?
It's not me.
It's
I'm
not
here.
a layering issue.
You guys see me, right?
James is heard.
Oh,
we can
I know
see
what
you.
it is. Ha, there he is.
Is it a layering issue?
No, it was a crop issue. Because I
Hmm.
went to the wrong tab.
Sure.
Oh, it's my fault, as always. Well, welcome, especially Liana, who has somehow perfected this
How you doing?
just in time for the start. Literally didn't have this ready 2 minutes ago, and then pulled it together very quickly. So hi, we are we're rolling through Barovia. We're rolling through the Curse of Strahd campaign here at Quelmar, and had a bit of a setback last time. We'll talk about that in a minute. But first, I want my players to introduce themselves, starting with James.
Hi, I'm James. You heard my voice before you saw my face, but this part is my face. I play a wyvernborn, which is like a dragonborn, but better because it can fly. Except I can't.
Great, Nell.
Hi, I'm Nell. Tonight I think I'm just playing myself with a pineapple full of rum.
Liana. Or
Hello.
Oliver Wells.
My name is Liana. Hi. I'm dead, so I don't know who I'm playing.
Have you
We'll
got your
see.
rum, Liana? Are
Oh
you
no,
ready?
I have my code red. That's why I'm so hyped up right now.
Nell's got their rum. Liana has her Mountain Dew Code Red.
And mac and cheese. Also, look what happens when I laugh.
I hate this so fucking
Oh.
much.
So you see that when I'm muted?
Oh.
You know what I'm
Oh
doing?
boy. Oh god. Oh, Kelsey, help us, please. What? What are
Kelsey
you?
said no.
Kelsey's just not gonna. What? Did you put something in the chat? I'm not following the chat. What'd you say?
Kelsey said no. I
Kelsey,
refuse.
She's playing Winter. You have to speak, Kelsey. Can you give the people something?
She's drinking. I'm sorry, Tyler.
Can you give them anything? Just a hey, I'm from California. Can you give me something so we know that your sound is at least working? Like a chew, like turn your mic on while you're chewing, just so the people can hear you chew. No, you're still muted. All right. Well, we'll see if Kelsey decides to participate tonight, or if she's just gonna, be a floating head in a box. So our players last session found themselves approaching a winery. The Wizard of Wine's winery that they had heard from a few people, including this mysterious older woman named Jenny, that some information might be there that would help them in their quest to both destroy the evil Count Strahd von Zarevich, who is lording over this realm of Barovia, but also potentially could offer some solutions for them finding a way out of this realm. They approached the winery, and as they did, they were accosted on the side of the road by a group, a family. An older man, his 3 children, and grandchildren. Introduced himself as Davian Mardukov, the owner and proprietor of the Wizard of Wine's winery, and announced to the party that they had been forced from their homes by a group of magic wielders who had taken over the winery and had conjured a horde of these strange, deadly plant creatures that were terrorizing the vineyards and overtaking the home where the wine was made. After a little bit of thinking back and forth and weighing their options, our heroic group of 4 decided to give it a shot, to get into the winery and try and take down the mage that was responsible for conjuring all of these creatures. And they were successful at first. They got inside fairly painlessly. They stealthed right up into the point where they made a break for it, got into the building, made quick work of most of the sort of smaller level, lower level magic users and the creatures that they were conjuring throughout the inside of the building. Witnessed a few scenes inside the winery that made them question certain things about what was really going on there. Watched one of the figures pour something into vats of wine as they conjured these skittering, twig-bound creatures that were crawling in and out of the vats. They found a key that opened a few chests. Some treasure of various values, gemstones, coin, and a large leather-bound tome that they've yet been unable to open. But when making their way to the last room of the winery, it became too much for them to handle. And our 4 were overtaken by the massive horde of these blight creatures. And 2 of them fell. Willa and Isadora.
Like out a window, right?
Yes. Well, you all fell from a balcony. And then they fell in combat.
I remember now.
And so we pick up tonight, not with Zoot and Winnie sitting on the field, trying to make sense of what they've just seen and what is happening. But with Isadora.
I don't have my wig.
You awaken from a terrible nightmare, hanging upside down and unable to open your eyes. You hear your companions calling for you in the distance, this inhuman moaning and crying, the sound of flesh being cut, rendered from the bone. As you hang upside down, the blood begins to pool in your skull, and it becomes more and more difficult for you to concentrate. What do you do?
Can I see anything?
Your vision's impaired. You try to open your eyes, and there's something preventing you from opening them.
Okay.
You're just hearing voices, familiar voices. Zoot roaring in pain as you hear a knife sort of sink into his flesh.
Oh my god. I'm gonna call out and see if I can speak, even if I can't see.
What do you say?
Um, I think I just kind of call out their names.
As you name them one by one, you hear each of them crying out for you, begging you to help them, but you're still unable to open your eyes. All you hear are these piercing screams inside your skull, rattling around as your mind becomes fuzzier and fuzzier and the blood keeps pooling in your skull, searing pain overtaking your head.
Can I move my arms? Are they up? Are they hanging down?
Your arms are hanging down.
I'm gonna try muster the core strength to fold in half to lift up, see if I can grab my ankles or whatever's holding
Yeah,
me.
and the second you start to sort of crunch up and reach towards your legs, you feel this caustic liquid hit the bottoms of your feet and start to trail down your body, down your legs, your thighs, chest, and finally your face all begin to burn. You smell burning hair and flesh as this acid sizzles into your skin. Suddenly, you feel a cold, wrinkled, and warded hand slide across your eyes and wipe the acid from your face. You're still unable to see, but inside your head, you hear, "Take my hand, and it will all be over."
Is it the same voice that's been speaking to me in the dreams, or a different voice?
You aren't able to tell. It could be. Take it now.
I need to help them.
This can help.
Then yeah, I'll grab the hand.
And as you reach up to grab the hand, Willa.
Hello. I'm gonna turn on my real face.
That'd be good.
Do-do-do-do-do-do. That's weird. Okay, carry on. I'm gonna just fix this while we're
That's
chatting.
cute. Willa, you awaken after a terrible nightmare, bound by heavy chains to a stone chair. A ghoulish creature, half of its face ripped off and torn to the bone, is just finishing the final suture to sew your lips together. The surrounding room is filled with a plethora of torture devices slick with blood from the previous victims. And at the back of the room, you see the familiar figures of Winnie, Isadora, and Zoot huddled together, their backs to you. What do you do?
I'm gonna try and wiggle. Try and get out of, like, any sort of movement.
Yeah, you sort of press against the chains. They tense up as your muscles sort of flex and contract and tighten and try to wriggle your way out of them. They don't budge.
That's my response, since I can't talk.
And you watch as the second that you utter sound, your sister Her head sort of lifts up. You see the back of her head turn as if looking to find the source of your voice, but she's unable to see you. At that movement, the creature it looks back from you to your companions, back at you and smiles. And as it pulls the last thread through your upper lip and cuts off the thread, it begins to thread a longer piece through the needle, flashes a rotting smile at you as it turns and starts to walk toward your sister.
I'm like straight up, like I'm doing everything in my power to get out, and I'm like,
As you continue to scream, a second figure from across the room, seemingly from out of nowhere, walks towards you. This fiendish creature covered in gore, but with scales and a forked tongue, approaches you, looks at you, looks at Winnie, then back at you. Do you wish to save them?
mm-hmm.
Creature nods. Good. You see the sort of forked tongue skitter out of its mouth as it turns and walks up behind the ghoulish figure as it approaches Winter, grabs it by the top of the head and rips, snapping its neck. Releases as the figure crumples to the ground. You awaken, surrounded by branches, plant matter, in a field where near this winery.
Can I move?
You have 1 hit point. Isadora. As the hand crosses your face, slides down a long lock of your hair. The hand pulls you down and you hear the chains around your legs shatter in a screech of breaking, twisting metal. And you feel a tug and a pull back towards the voices of your friends. And you as well awaken with 1 hit point. Isadora, something's off though. You know that Zoot and Winnie and Willa are with you. You can see them, but not the way that you're used to seeing them. Zoot and Winnie, I need you to roll perception checks.
Don't mind if I do. 18 plus 7 is a 25. I'm the watcher. I watch.
Do I have a Winnie? Or did Winnie?
There they are.
There they.
16.
As you watch the two figures, Winnie, you of your sister, Zoot, you of Hector, and the other one, lying on the ground. You watch as both of their chests, not moving for minutes, what might have felt like hours to the two of you, both suddenly heave upwards. Something's different about both of them.
Zombies.
You notice that a thick, scaly, scarred layer of skin covers both of Isadora's eyes and has sealed Willa's mouth shut. Isadora, you have blind sight, but no sight. You have disadvantage on all perception checks that rely on sight. But you gain tremor sense. But your blind sight and tremor sense only have a range of 30 feet. Willa, you have lost all ability to speak or emit any noise with your mouth. You cannot sing. Anytime you attempt to speak, your words are communicated to the target telepathically.
Can she still blow on her lute?
No. You both hear an echo inside your heads. Life costs. And it fades. What do you do?
Are you guys okay?
Are we at the winery?
Yeah. Haven't gone anywhere yet.
Is Willa... Is she alright?
I'm gonna just start touching my mouth
Are you trying to say
And
something
like my-
though?
and my throat. Right now I feel like I'm just becoming aware. Like you just got pulled out, your mouth was getting sewn shut. So, now I'm gonna start screaming.
Okay, who are you looking at?
Is Winnie over me?
I'm still, I'm just sobbing.
I'm gonna reach up and grab Winnie and say, Winnie, and
What?
start shaking
Yeah,
her.
Winnie, you hear it inside your head, but you hear no sound coming from your sister's mouth. Isadora and Zoot, you hear nothing.
What is it? Oh my god.
What's happening? I can't. What?
I can hear you. What do you mean? Why aren't you moving your mouth? How are you doing this? Did you open a connection?
No. Are you? Is everyone okay?
You and Lady Isadora freaking died for like a few freaking minutes. Do you know
That's alright. That did happen.
what it's like to hold your sister's dead body? I'll just walk away from you right now. Like, I'll put your head back on the ground, and I'm gonna walk away from you.
It's okay. People respond to death in many ways. I somehow, your wizard magics, I guess, brought you back.
What happened to Willa? I can't see her. I know she's here, but what happened to her?
You guys got swarmed in the dome.
No, I know that. I remember that. What happened to her right now?
I don't know.
What's happening?
She's not saying anything. She's got some weird stuff on her face, and she's just talking in our heads like she does sometimes. Well, can you talk at all? Hello?
I'm gonna look at Zootin saying, I'm trying to speak, but I can't move my mouth.
She's trying to speak, but she can't move her mouth.
Sorry, as a clarification, when she thinks this, can we all hear her, or is it only
Single
one
target.
person? Holy shit.
She can't talk. The zombies ripped out her voice.
I can't imagine it's going to do anything, but, I'm gonna reach out and try to cast Cure Wounds on her. My first level. I'll cast it at second level, though, actually.
Yeah, I mean, you heal her.
Okay.
You can. So Willa, you take what is it? 2d8
let me roll.
plus your spellcasting.
That is 6, 12, 13, 14, 15.
15 hit points?
Yeah.
You gave me the same hit points I had before I died.
That's really horrifyingly poetic.
And Isadora, you're still at 1. You're
Yeah.
just yeah. I mean, you both have sort of come back from the veil and back from the brink.
I'm gonna feel around my body, and I'm gonna reach into my cloak, and I'm gonna retrieve one of the potions that I have of healing, and I'll hand it to you, Isadora, and I'll say, here, take this, and it's a potion of greater healing.
Yeah. I'm gonna drink it. That's 46 plus 4.
44 plus 4.
44 plus 4. I'm a dumbass. It's 12. Am I getting 6?
Yep.
Dang, death didn't even end it.
I know. I was wondering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that
and
would have
after
been
I
cool
drink
though. It's like then maybe it was worth it, but no.
It wouldn't have been worth it. 10 out of 10 would take the curse over whatever. I mean, for Isadora, it's not even that she can't see. It's I mean, obviously, she's gonna do the thing she hasn't been wanting to do and reach up and touch her eyes and.
Yeah, and the second
feel-
you do, you feel, you know exactly what it feels like because it feels like your arms.
It fucking doesn't.
It does.
No, it fucking doesn't,
It
Tyler.
does.
Are you okay? Isadora,
Do you,
you got something on your face too. Can you see?
no, yes, no, a little bit.
How many fingers am I holding up?
I'm gonna just reach out and, like, grab his hand.
You could look.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any? No, I can see enough, not well, but enough. One of you should go check on Winter, probably.
First, I'm gonna do 10 points of lay on hands on Isadora. That should give you 7. Or sorry, that should give you 5.
Yep.
Does that work? I think I'm on a good cycle.
I'm telling you, you gotta do a double tap. Don't worry about the cycles. If you think you're on a bad cycle, just touch them once to try to give it to them, and then if it doesn't work, touch them again, a double tap.
Okay, let me try that.
I got it, it's okay.
I'm out of lay on hands points. It doesn't work.
Oh my fucking god.
That one didn't work.
Makes sense.
If I turn around, do I see Winter? How far is Winter gone? Where's Winter gone?
Winnie?
She's gone a good distance away from the group.
I'll turn back to Isadora then. I'll say,
Can you stay here with Willa just for a minute?
Yes, of course.
Okay, I will be right back. Don't worry. Just stay right here. Don't move.
Okay.
I'll chase after Winter. I'll dash.
I just want to reach out and try to take Willa's hand, if she'll let me.
Winter, are you like...
I'm not running away. I'm just standing, like, with my back turned to the party, like, looking out.
Okay. But you did run away, so you're not still right there.
No, I'm away. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'll go find you where you're standing under whatever tree or grove. And I'll say,
Winnie, listen to me. I know this is weird. And I know it's wrong. And it's against the natural order. But I have had so many companions, people I considered family before, die in battle. And what I wouldn't give to have what just happened, that miracle, to happen to any of them. This is count your blessings, Winnie. Because I don't know if this will ever happen again, whatever lucky streak we just hit. But we have them back. This one time. And I know it hurts. And I know it's not fair that they ripped your heart out and threw it on the ground and took all your hope and shattered it. But they're back, and it's like it never even happened. They're here, they're alive, and it's okay. It's okay, Winnie. We can keep going. Say something.
I'll just, James, I'll just turn up and I'll look up at Zoot, and I have to look up pretty high because you're a lot taller than me, and I'll put my hand on your chest, and then I'll just walk back towards the party.
I'll linger behind. I'll let her sort of lead the way. I won't get too close as she returns back.
Willow, what are you doing?
just laying where and I'm just looking up. I'm gonna look to Isadora.
I've gone the opposite way. I'm sitting with my head just like down in my knees.
What's a bard without her voice?
I don't know. For now, maybe you can just be Willa and worry about the bard part in a little while.
I was fine with it. Dying.
I know. But winter wouldn't have been. So even if this is worse for you, just think how much better it is for her and be grateful for that.
What did you see?
It was awful. And I don't know where it was or what it was. I'm a cleric. I've never been particularly afraid of death and whatever happens when we're not here, but it was awful. What did you see?
This thing was sewing my mouth shut. And then he was going for winter and this thing appeared. And helped me take care of her.
That's good. That's good.
They're all gonna think I'm a vampire here.
I think if I think about what anyone else is going to think, I'm going to absolutely lose it. So let's put that along with a bard who can't sing as a problem for not right this minute in time.
What's wrong with you? Is it your eyes?
Yes. I can see some hazy and dark, and I can feel things and I can feel things in the ground. But I can't see really.
Can I sit up? And I'm gonna kind of go towards you, and I'm gonna like tap your shoulder. Can I feel? So I'm gonna kind of lift your face and like touch one of your eyes while I'm touching my mouth. Is it the same?
Yeah, it's like a well-healed scar. Deep. But it's not sort of a fresh wound. It's just scar tissue.
If I can, Isadora, I'm gonna reach for your hand. Here, feel.
It's what my hand. Yeah, I'll reach out and touch her mouth.
Yeah, and you feel a similar texture to what you know is covering your eyes.
It's the same.
Whatever happened to us happened to both of us. And it's good, it did, it's good. We're here, we're back, we're all right. We're not there. We're with them again. It's a good thing.
Do you think if we leave, it'll go away? Or do you think if we leave, we'll die?
Leave, like, the winery?
No, like,
Barovia?
yeah, like go home.
I don't know. We may be able to find someone who knows more about this, who can tell us.
Yeah. I'm gonna jump to my feet and I'm just gonna start yelling, I guess, like in my head towards the sky and like kicking shit and like throwing things and just stomping around and having a full-on fucking tantrum.
I'm just dropping my head right back down into my knees and just kind of wrapping into a little ball.
I will walk, 100 feet across the yard over to all of the owners of the winery who are hiding in the corner, and I'll very somberly just be like,
we cleared the way. You're welcome.
And the first person you see running towards you is Irina. And she sort of like throws her arms around you and pulls you in for a huge hug and drapes herself around your neck and says, "Oh, I am so grateful, so happy to see you alive. Is everyone all right?"
Yeah. Yeah, they will be.
Hey, what does that mean?
The zombies, there were those tree zombies. There were a lot of them. It was not an easy win, but we got there in the end. There was an ambush. A lot of them got to. Here, Irina, just come with me. The rest of you can come too.
Yeah, and the group sort of follows you and Irina down the road back to the opening of the winery, and as they come back, they see sort of the creatures are dead, but the matter, the sort of detritus that they left hasn't gone away. It's not like they just disappeared. They just sort of crumpled into these piles. So there's just debris and twigs and branches and leaves and vegetation just sort of scattered all across the ground around you. The remnants of this fight, you see, the bodies of the forest people that you killed are still there, as is that sort of black pool of goo where the staff that you broke disintegrated in your hands and sort of lies on the ground. And Davian approaches your group, sort of walking slowly towards you, leaning on his staff, and just says, "I am so grateful to all of you. This is a debt that we will never be able to repay, but we will do everything in our power to make sure that you have anything and everything we can possibly offer."
I will finally stand back up at this, and just kind of nod and say, I think a place to rest is all we need right now.
Of course, our home is your home now and forever, always. You are welcome here. Any hour of the day, any hour of the night, any day, ever. You have a home at our home. Please, come in. And it's not evening by any stretch of the imagination. It's it's probably midday at this point after all of the events of the past few hours, but he sort of invites you in, and you get up into the sort of second floor, and it's homey. I mean, it's the way that you remember it from when you were in there sort of sneaking around and fighting creatures. That's all over. And as the family sort of makes their way back in and sort of surveys the damage, they're spending their time sort of putting the house back together again, making up the beds for you all. Stefania and the baby are sitting in their bedroom, just sort of trying to calm down, replay the events of the past weeks when they've been on the run. And the four of you and Irina, are sort of given the master bedroom, the room where you pilfered, should we say, the most of the things.
We did very limited pilfering. We remembered just in time
that you were able to find. But you sort of arrive back in that space, and the five of you find a time to be alone for a bit.
Is this going to change anything?
What do you mean?
The plan, A, B, C, D. Well, right now it seems like you guys, whatever happened, maybe we need to take time, rest, recover.
I think we should keep moving. I don't think there's any recovering. I think there's just moving on.
Good.
I need a cloak. Big hood. And I need a night's sleep. And then I am ready to go.
Yeah, I could use the nap too. Well, at least we got a comfy bed out of all this.
My roommate brought me more alcohol.
We love a roommate.
We love a roommate.
This is an Alley Stan channel.
Yes.
This is an alley stand
we love
channel.
an alley.
Those are my requests. Cloak, big hood, and a night of sleep. I don't know what the other three of you need.
I'm good to go as ever before, just maybe a little time to lick my wounds. Literally. You have to understand that I have a small sac in the back of my tongue that contains a fluid that helps blood coagulate.
Do you want to, put some of that on our face? Just
Please don't spit on my face.
I assume that's what happened whenever I did the magic hand touch.
Oh.
Please don't spit in my
I'm
mouth.
just sharing my own impressive wyvern-born healing abilities.
Sure you are.
Is there anything? I have. Well, I have more. I have one more spell. If anybody needs healing or sleep, if anybody wants to go to sleep, I can really knock you out. And that's what I have to offer. And
Winter, you need a sleep aid? Didn't think so.
all right, then I am going to go to bed. Please wake me up if you need anything.
I'm gonna jump up like I'm saying something,
Oh my god.
and then I'm just gonna rush out of the room because I feel like I'm saying it in my head and that everyone can hear me, but it's just natural.
Oh my god, she's right. We forgot about the dog.
There's a dog.
What?
Willa's just like you see Willa sort of leap up out of the chair at the back of the room and sort of sprints out the door.
I'm just assuming she's gonna go get what was his name? Chair.
Chair from Barovia?
You mean
From
where
the town of
you mean
Barovia?
where
I don't know.
East
I don't know where we left Chair.
This is a Zoot stand channel. That's what this is.
Zoot's kept
Love
zero
Zoot's
track of the dog.
brain.
I'm gonna run down to the I guess like the patriarch.
Yeah, Davian.
And I'm gonna tap him on the shoulder. I can't speak anymore.
So you see him sort of startle back, and then he kind of, his eyes open wide, but then he nods, and he just sort of peers into your eyes as well as you continue.
So I'm gonna pull off the key that I found, and I'm gonna hand it to him. What is this for?
That key in particular is it opens the doorway from the veranda outside to the cask room. That is all that key does.
Just gonna hand it to him.
Thank you. Is there some reason you have this?
I found it in one of the rooms, and I didn't know if it was important or not. It looked like... No. I think someone was trying to get into a cabinet with it.
They would have struggled with this key. This is not the key to a cabinet. And he sort of like walks you over to the door that this key is for, and sort of pops it into the lock, and you see that it opens that door, and just opens another entrance into that large fermentation room with the 4 large casks where you fought that first druid.
Yes. They were putting something in the wine. I don't think that we should. And I'm gonna pull out the poison because I still have it. What he was pouring in.
And you see like his eyes get really big, and he like snatches the bottle from you and just immediately sort of recoils. Show me where were they pouring this?
I don't know. I only saw them putting into one, but they could have done all of them.
This is... And he sort of... You see him sort of walk out of the room, and he walks into the larger fermentation room, climbs up the ladder on the side, and sort of sticks his head, and you just see this like old withered man like climbing up this ladder, and like half of him goes into this big giant vat of wine, like pulls his head out and goes... Undetectable. It is... I cannot imagine what would have happened had you not seen them do this. That is... Well... Some wine wasted, for sure, but nothing that we can't overcome. Now that they are gone and we are able to continue production, we will empty these vats and Well, we will just have to work harder over the next few weeks to increase production. Thank you. Thank you for seeing this.
What is it?
I can only imagine it is some type of poison that they were doing their best to try and spread their evil from beyond the boundaries of our winery using the very product that we ship throughout the realm. Of course, they knew that it would not harm, well, the Count, of course, but others would have drank the wine and would have suffered greatly. Thank you.
Of course, of course. If he like walks out of the room, I'm gonna go up to the one that I saw them pour the poison in. Can I lean over it? And I'm gonna take the healing potion I gave Isadora. I imagine I got the glass back.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm gonna mark it with I don't know. I want to put something on it so I know. Don't get this wrong.
I mean, I would also say you don't have vials of wine, so you would be able to tell that it's just wine.
Oh,
It's
okay,
just
yeah. So it looks different than a
yes,
health potion.
yeah, oh yeah.
I thought health potions were red. I'm sorry.
Well, they are, but they're
why.
definitely a different liquid. They're a different red liquid than
Got
just
it.
a vial of red wine, so you'd be able to tell. Yeah. So yeah, mark in your inventory. You have a vial of poisoned wine. It is indeed
Right.
poison.
And then I'll just head back to bed.
Zoot, Winnie, you doing anything before you sleep?
Hey, baby genius. I just wanted to let you know that, your boomerang spell, the thing you did to the battle axe here, it, saved the day. None of this would have worked if it weren't for that, so thanks.
Now roll over.
Tyler, I am going to, once they're all asleep,
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk back outside where Willa died. And I'm gonna sit on the ground. And I'll just talk to myself out loud for a second. I'll say, Willa, my first friend, my biggest ally. How has it come to this? You always wanted to protect me, but the biggest joke of it all is I guess you never really could. You picture self-sacrifice as some grand act of love. You know what? You can keep it. Rest assured, Willa, your martyrism has not been in vain. Oh, I learned. You died for your cause without a thought of how it would burden others, and without a thought of who you were leaving behind. I hope in those few moments of death you found peace. Peace with your father? Excuse me. Peace with your real father and your real family. Maybe that's why you did it. maybe you found all the answers you needed, you wanted. It didn't matter anymore what you did, right? Because in the end, the feelings of others, it's not your problem, right? I was no longer your sister, and Papa was no longer your papa. Our feelings and thoughts, don't matter anymore. At least that piece of the pie makes sense. I still can't believe you ate people pie. Sis, if I can even call you that anymore, I do hope you found some brief happiness wherever you left to. This game you played of trying to protect me, you failed. You utterly failed because you I feel like the person I trust the most, that I always could count on, now would jump at an instant notice and leave me again. Alone, by myself. I only ever trusted you. And now I know, thank you, just how eager you are to maybe even do it again. So yes, truly, thank you, Willa, thank you. I always thought that I always thought that it was better a flawed life lived than wasted rotting in clay. But now I see why live a flawed life when when you can just die and not have to deal with any of the consequences. And I'll just, I think, hover over this area for like maybe an hour longer until I finally go back and take a rest.
So sleep finds all of you. And for the first time in a few nights, it is completely uneventful. No dreams, at least none that you remember. Nothing but darkness. A void that all of you just sink into deeper and deeper. And as our players fall asleep, we're going to take a quick bio break, and we'll be back. So we'll be back in 5. We'll be back at 9:45. See y'all in a bit. All right, everybody, we are back.
Tyler, sorry, I had to ask really fast. I was muted. I didn't realize. Isadora can't tell, but it matters to me. Is it skin-colored scar tissue? Is it the same black as the rest of her scars? What is the look? What is the physical appearance?
They are... So, a big difference between yours and Willa's. Your eyes are this sort of black, sunken holes with this, like...
Oh my god.
Thick skin scar layer over top.
Should update your
Willa's
wiki picture.
looks like, I'm trying to think of what the movie is. It The Mummy with Brendan Fraser, where the guy gets his mouth sealed. It looks like that.
I can't have a cool Like, I put on black lipstick.
You want it to be black?
Yeah.
Fine.
You want to be twinsies? You want to be twinsies
Yeah.
with my trauma
There's a
scars?
slight.
I love
There's a
it.
slight. You wake up the next morning and it has darkened significantly. There you go.
Yeah, I like
Right,
that.
mhm.
Oh my god.
That's scary. That's really scary. At least this will look like lipstick.
So you wake up the next morning, having had a restful night of sleep, or once. And you awake to a knock on the door. Not a like a frantic knock, just sort of a knock trying to gently awaken the five of you. And it's Davian. And he just sort of, I'm sorry to disturb, but when you are ready, and please do not rush. But we would like to thank you and speak to you about something if and when you are ready. Take your time and just meet us out in the vineyard if you can.
Is it another job?
No, it is, I hope, something that will be helpful.
I only asked because if it was, we're gonna take it. Half of us don't have the ability to turn down a job.
I don't know which half you're referring to, darling. Oh, I get it. You're making fun of us. I thought you meant like monetarily or something. I did not understand the joke. Excellent. A great way to start the morning. Do you have a large cloak?
No.
A big hood by any chance? Not you, them. I know you. I know every piece of clothing you own. I've accidentally
much.
worn most of it.
Darwin just sort of gestures to the one he has on him. I will ask,
We have gold. I'll be glad to pay you.
no, I will see if Stefania has anything that would suit you.
Big hood. That's
We're gonna
really
need
all I care about.
directions to Yester Hill.
Yesterday.
Where is Yesterhill, Winter? Was that next on the list?
No, but we're gonna go there.
The second that you say Yester Hill, he cocks his head and he says, "What? Why do you need to go to Yester Hill?"
Looking for a dragon.
No,
What?
Winter, what's in Yesterhill?
It's classified.
All right, darling, I get that you're angry, but you're not the one that died. You do not get to make unanimous decisions for our group all of a sudden. If you want to go somewhere, you tell us why you want to go there. We talk about it. We decide together. If you have a beef with your sister, take it out on her. Have a heart-to-heart another time. You are not all of a sudden going to make decisions for the rest of us.
Oh no, but you are well qualified to do so, Lady Isadora, aren't you?
I absolutely
You
don't
were
know.
right there when we were
Yes.
talking about Yester Hill. First of all, so I don't appreciate your tone for a second.
I don't appreciate the tone of you telling me where we're going is classified.
Do you want me to spew our information all out there? Wasn't it you in the very beginning of this entire journey who said, "Oh, we better not tell people what our actual motives are"?
No, 100%. I was
Miley,
ready to
is
tell
that
everyone
me?
that was your big sister. I got yelled at for trying to tell
Your
people our
glass.
business.
Anything in the room that I can pick up and throw on the ground?
Oh yeah.
Great. I'm gonna grab something and I'm gonna just.
Davian just like recoils in horror and he says, "What have you done?" And you just notice that there's just ashes.
Oh my god!
This vase has shattered, and in the it's just this cloud of gray smoke is filling the room.
Oh my
Ugh.
I. Oh. what? Why? What did you do? Why?
I apologize for my friend and for us. I think we're all having a particularly bad couple of days. I do not know who that was. I don't know that money will help repair whatever. We probably should just get out of your hair. Is I imagine the only way we can help at this moment.
Stop, please. Just stop. It is fine.
I can fix it. I can fix it.
It is okay. A child should not need to keep the ashes of their dead cat. It is fine. I will tell my son. He will be able to get past this. I promise. It is just, it surprised me because I was not expecting it. I thought you had taken the one next to it, and that is my great-great-grandfather. But it was not. I have noticed now.
Oh my fucking God.
So it is fine. I will. But truly, why did?
Please tell him no. Please tell him a spirit possessed his cat. It came to life. It fought valiantly. It killed like 4 of the blights before it
Sure.
fell.
Yes, that is.
Yeah, there
That
we
is
go.
fine. But please let us. Yester Hill. Why are you going there? One of the things. This is curious. One of the things I was going to ask you to do for us. These forest folk who took over our winery and brought these creatures to our home. That is where they gather. Why do you want to go there, little one?
Well, it's one of the it's one of the last. It was where the original shrine, one of the original shrines were to the Fanes. It's got a deep-seated spiritual connection.
Wait.
To the
The Fanes,
land.
the ladies. You know about the ladies.
You know about the ladies?
Well,
What are the ladies? Just so we're all on the same page here.
this is yes. There is so much to talk about. Let me. These are the things that I was hoping to discuss out in the vineyard with you. Please, take your time. Get ready for the day. I will see if we have some sort of cloak for you, my dear. Does anyone else need anything? We will reconvene out in the vineyard. Yes. Yes, you are nodding your head. What do you need?
I'm gonna look at him. A bottle of non-poisoned wine, please.
Two bottles.
You didn't hear that.
Oh shit, I didn't hear that. Oh fuck. I know her well enough though. I know what she's asking.
True.
Well, and
True.
he just sort of points to there's like a curio cabinet in the corner next to the bed because it's a winery and there's wine in every room. He just says the second door on the cabinet, you will find what you're looking for.
I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna grab out 3 bottles. Pass one, Isadora.
Thank you.
Pull the cork out with my mouth. Oh wait, I can't. I don't know if I can. Wait. Can I?
This is a sad
Yeah.
sight.
So
This is wrong.
okay, so the second that you put that wine, the top of the wine bottle to your mouth, the bottle itself passes through that black, thick flesh, and you feel it touch your teeth. You're able to bite down on it and pop it open. You gather that things can probably pass through like food and drink, but no noise can come out.
That's horrible.
That's gross.
Wait, can I put my fingers in my mouth?
Go ahead and try.
Yeah, I tried.
Yeah.
I have some
That's grosser.
questions that should not be asked on a Twitch screen.
Yeah, I was
About
thinking
what
too.
could-
Also
Yeah.
affirmative, Nell. Also affirmative.
So
It's
there,
grossest.
okay.
I do want to, as we go downstairs, I don't imagine it's going to help, so I don't even want to say anything about it. I just want to put a hand on the back of Willa's shoulder and try casting Lesser Restoration on her.
Uh-huh. You're gonna burn that spell slot.
I know, but the character,
Yeah, no,
the
absolutely.
character
Yeah, it's
thing-
worth a shot. You feel the magic sort of leave you, and the spell works. There's nothing impeding your magic, but Willa, you feel nothing as she sort of unleashes this healing energy into you. The restorative powers of the spell don't really, they have no effect on you, except maybe to make you immediately, the buzz that you got from those few guzzles of wine just immediately leave your body.
Sorry.
Just kind of harshing on your vibe there, but nothing beyond
Burn
that.
a spell slot to harsh the vibe.
Yup.
Channeling Britta today, I think.
Channeling
Just watching
Brett,
too much
watching all the
community
community,
today.
just killing the vibe, harsh and mellow. Okay, so you head down, you head out, and into. Y'all, it is spooky season, and Taylor bought candy corn, so I'm loving life right now. If you hear me chomping on things, that's why.
Oh, candy pumpkins. I see candy pumpkins on Liana's side.
Yeah, and we have pumpkin fudge too. Oh, good. Oh, good. So, you head out into the winery, into the vineyard, and you sort of, Davin flags you. There are some things that I feel you deserve to know. Now that you have helped us return to our home. As I said, we will never be able to repay you, but I hope that this is a start. And he sort of guides the four of you. Oh, I guess. The girl, she's always there.
Irina.
He guides the five of you over to a seemingly like innocuous, indiscriminate place among the vines. But there's a shallow hole dug, and sort of it's been cleared away. And you see this like large metal door in the ground. And he sort of kneels down, and that key that you gave him, Willa, he has that key in his hand, and he bends down and uses it to open the lock, and he lifts the top of this sort of buried chest that's in the ground. And he... This is where we... Well, it is a long story, but first, here, I will give you all that we have in our stores for now. And he just reaches down and pulls out two very large sacks full of coin and just sort of lifts them out to the group.
Okay.
She's our secretary. She'll...
That is...
Please take out something for the vase. And the cat, buy your child a new cat on us.
The cat was already dead. You realize that, yes? Those were the ashes of the dead cat. Okay, I just want to... You do not need to feel bad. It is merely... it is good. It is an exercise in loss and grief. It is... He will continue on through the
I
process.
don't feel bad.
You should not feel bad. I promise.
Right.
But I...
Sorry though. The mask really is.
This is... I am not sure how much we have. The last accounts that we took, this is something along the lines of 10,000 gold. It is all that we have. But...
Okay, so don't tell me that, because now I'm gonna feel a little. Look, we'll take half.
No. I trust me. What I'm about to ask you, you will want to take all of this.
Wait, are we? Oh, okay. Okay. Maybe I'll like hold it until you ask, and then we'll determine if I give it back or not.
I have been putting on a bit of a brave face for my family, but the truth is that I have not told them what has really happened. These creatures were here. Well, I should go back. So, little one, you mentioned the ladies three, yes?
Yeah.
These powerful creatures who used to hold sway over the land. And while their powers were certainly unmatched throughout the realm, they were able to grant life to the land. And part of that life-giving force was what allows our winery to sustain itself in a land where nothing can grow.
When you say the land, do you mean the land or do you mean the land? Like the guy who is the land?
I understand. Well, before he became the land, the ladies three were the land.
I thought the ladies three gave life to the land. They gave life to themselves?
They were granted.
This is why I don't get into these conversations. I'll be over here.
They were granted their powers by beings beyond. But suffice to say, they had the power to grant life and allow things to grow. They are what sustains the winery. They, hundreds of years ago, passed down the powers through 3 gemstones.
Oh my god.
The 3 stones are what has sustained our winery, and as long as one of them has been here, we have been able to continue to grow and produce and maintain our livelihood, but all 3 have been taken. 2 of them, we know where they are. One is certainly at Yesterhill. These forest folk, they have been attempting to gain access to our lands for decades. We know that they have one. The other lies in the swamp in Beretz. This evil witch there, well, one of my sons tracked her as far as the swamp, but fear overtook him as her path entered the most evil, horrifying place, and he was unable to go further. So, but we do know
where the third one is. I think I know where the third one is.
Well, that is the thing. We do not know where the third one is.
If possible, it might be at that windmill, the place where y'all love their pies so much.
I do not know about what this windmill is. What windmill?
So it's right outside the town of Valaki. It's a home of 3 elderly sisters who sell their people pies made out of people, to citizens of Barovia and elsewhere.
We can hope and pray the Volkters took care of it like they said they would.
I doubt that, considering as long as they are there, they're in league with Strahd, and, as long as they're there, that it makes sure Strahd's power never sways.
I have not heard of these sisters you speak, nor this windmill, nor these pies, but
Don't eat them. If an old lady comes up to you for pie, don't eat it.
I understand. I... Regardless, what you should also know is... My family, the Martikov family, for centuries, we have been watching.
Watching? I look to Zoot and repeat, watching?
We have been spending decades gathering as much information as we possibly can about the devil that controls this land and trying to find ways to weaken him, to destroy his powers.
What have you learned about the dragons?
The only... It is curious that you keep mentioning this dragon. The dragon is... It was so long ago. I am unclear. How did you learn about this dragon?
I had a good friend told me about the dragon once.
You really good friend.
Well, it... The dragon is such a small piece to this great mystery and puzzle, but does
But
not...
you say you also have heard about the dragon.
Well,
The last
certainly...
person I talked to said there was no dragon, and now you're the second person I've talked to who said there is a dragon. So it's looking like, I'll look at all the others. It looks like there is a dragon around here, huh?
No,
I never doubted you,
no,
dear.
there was a dragon. The dragon was killed by the devil decades ago. Centuries now. The dragon is gone. Argenvost,
He killed a dragon?
a silver dragon, a being of great, immense power. Yes,
He killed the dragon.
yes, came to the land, fought valiantly, certainly, against the devil, but he is no more. His bones reside in the manor kept by those who followed him. At least they used to. Argenvostholt, it is the southwest of Balaki. There is a great manor off of the old Svalak Road. You can visit it. It is run down, in shambles. No one lives there anymore. The order fell years ago.
I think we should go there next. After wherever we're supposed to go with these ladies.
A, for ancestral ladies. B, for bones of the dragon.
Good.
I think we're forgetting something, and I look.
Who are you talking to?
I looked at Isadora. We have to go to his house.
Yes, 2 days.
Is it
We
2
do
days?
need to make sure
It's
that
Monday.
oh shit, we did sleep one day
We have to
Um,
leave like now.
to get.
Like,
You're right.
today.
Willa brings up a great point, which is that it's actually, I'm so sorry, A, an absolutely terrifying dinner with Strahd, B, baronesses of the land, C, calcified dragon bones is the order we're in right now.
What does calcified mean?
Don't worry about it.
But bones just starts with C.
But you really still want to go to this dinner?
I really don't think we have much of a choice.
We have a choice. We don't have to go.
I think if we don't go, things are about to get a lot more dangerous and a lot more difficult. I think the longer we can stay at least somewhat on the positive side of his column, the easier time we're going to have moving throughout this land, taking care of what we need to take care of until it is finally time to make our move.
You...
We're a team. we vote, we come to an agreement, but I think we need to go to this meal.
Well, I vote. I don't think we need to go to the meal.
What meal?
I'm gonna reach into my bag and pull out my invitation and hand it to him.
Davian takes it and you see his eyes get like sort of wide with fear, but then kind of narrow and begin to sort of flutter across the page again and again as he rereads it and rereads it and rereads it. This could be an opportunity. Not
Lay of the land type stuff.
yes, not many are invited into the castle who are able to then leave it, which is always a possibility with him, with something like this. It could be a trap. He could be inviting you in to more easily massacre you. However, he can always just kill you, so why he would go through the motions of an invitation to dinner, perhaps not. It is difficult to say
Well,
with
he
him.
likes to play with his food.
That is certainly the case. Yes. But I am not one to tell you what you should do when it comes to the devil. All I can give you is information. Which of you has the book?
The book of the old Jenny things?
Well,
I imagine Winter.
So you took it from that upstairs bedroom. Winnie. And he sort of says widely to the group, I get the sense that you have already found some of the secrets we have been maintaining, yes?
BVBWK Bistani S.
What?
What does that mean?
Say it one more time.
BVBWK Bistani S.
Yes, those are the locations where we ship our wine. The Blood of the Vine Tavern, the Blue Water Inn, Kreshk, to various Vistani locals, and of course, to Strahd himself. He pays well. It is capitalism, you know.
What if we
Understood.
send him some of the poisoned wine?
He is an undead creature, my child. He would
Will that not do anything? I don't know.
have.
Look, I just came here and I figured out that these things exist. I know nothing about that.
I will tell you that poisoning is not something that would do any good to anyone. It may perhaps give him a mild tickle in his throat. But no,
Right.
those are not the secrets I am referring to.
Okay.
He sort of narrows his eyes at you, Winnie.
I just
I
found
look at
it.
Winnie and ask what she did.
It was out on the bed, lying there when we got into the room, and
It was not, but that's okay. I trust that.
It was. There was one of the monster thingies in the bedroom, and
Yes,
conjuring
sure, yes.
the stuff.
I look to him and ask, what is it?
We are not sure. We were
Can you
able
open it?
to sever some of the early pages of the book before it clamped shut. We sent them off to Jenny, who I believe that you mentioned earlier that you had met her, yes, on the road. She took the early pages and was going to try and interpret what they meant. there was an enchantment on them, you see, and so we were unable to, even once we removed them from the binding, we were unable to actually read anything that was written on them. And once we tore them out, the binding sealed shut, and unfortunately we were unable to open it. But we were given this by a friend, an ally. We are not sure whether he lives or dies. It was a moment where it seemed that he was very near death, and he wanted to make sure that this information got into the hands of those who would be able to protect it in case we were one day able to unlock it.
Who was it?
Rudolf van Richten.
The brother.
The brother.
No, his name was not Rudolph. Ignore me.
What did he look like?
He... Many things. He was a bit of a master of disguise, if you will, sometimes masquerading as a carnival barker, a traveling bard, a man with sort of a large plumed hat, other times as an old man.
Wait. Traveling bard?
Yes, I believe
The big
he
hat.
went by
He's the man who might have all my toys.
the name
By competition?
Rictavio would be the name that he
Rictavio.
seemed to go by.
Oh, he's alive.
He's alive. Wait, what?
I mean,
Alive when? How? When did you see him?
I just saw Rictavio a couple days ago. He was in the Blue
Where?
Water Inn. At the Blue Water
at
Inn.
the end.
I can tell you all about what he was writing at the moment. He
Yes,
had a journal.
please.
It was oddities. He was writing down about like oddities, about finding like short werechild meets bear, stuff like that.
None of that seems particularly relevant, but it may have just been part of his disguise, his cover at that point. But no, Van Richten is... He is a monster hunter. He has been in Barovia for a few years now, trying to gather information. We were turned on to him early by Erwin at the Blue Water, of course, my son. But he was a font of knowledge about Strahd himself. He knew things about the man, the creature that our years of investigating had not uncovered. And this tome he handed to us a few years ago before he claimed that he was going somewhere incredibly dangerous and would probably not make it out alive, and wanted to make sure that we had it so that in case he fell, we could continue trying to unlock it. But he claimed that it was the writings of the vampire himself. From early days, before he was even a creature. Before he had been
Wait a
turned.
minute. I have some of those pages of letters. Are these the pages you pulled out of the book?
You pulled them out. Yes, Jenny gave you these pages?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, and he just grabs them from you and he starts flipping through them.
There's a love interest in there too.
Yes, you do know about this love interest, yes?
Yeah, she was some. They were.
We know.
Yeah.
We gonna reach out and just like squeeze Irina's shoulder comfortingly.
Yes,
It's an obsession, not a love interest. But...
we know, Irina Koliana. We discussed yesterday. We've known who she was since you arrived here. But
Irina, is your last name Koliana or Kolyanovich? Because I've heard both, and it doesn't actually matter, but, you know, someday, knock on wood, it might.
And Irina sort of just says, well, it is just a peculiar custom in terms of naming. The Vich just means of. So, because my father's name was Kolyan, so I am Kolyanovich. I'm Irina of Kolyan, but some people just shorten it to Kolyana. It doesn't matter. You can use you can use either.
Thank
Yes,
you.
of course. And she says, well, Davian was letting me know a little bit more about Tatiana, this woman who Strad refers to me as. It seems as if I am not the first, nor will probably be the last. That every few decades, and Davian sort of cuts in this, few decades, centuries, it really depends. It seems to come and go. But suffice to say, every few years, decades, he
How old are
believes
you?
the soul of Tatiana is reincarnated into the body of a living woman somewhere in Barovia.
It
Irina,
might be.
you are merely just the latest vessel who he believes is carrying the soul of his long-lost love. The man is deranged. He is clearly... This is not the actual case, but he... Whether it is for amusement or for due to some anguish, he feels as if his long-lost love, this Tatiana woman who, yes, I see here, it references her in these pages. We knew her name just from stories and interviewing witnesses to some of his past atrocities, but it is confirming to see it here written in his own hand.
It doesn't sound that crazy to me. You're talking about reincarnation to a couple of people who just watched their friends come back to life?
Yeah, it's not
Hey.
a hard sell.
It doesn't really matter either way, though. If Irina's not interested, I don't think it matters one bit whether or not she's some reincarnated woman or her own ass self. She doesn't have to go anywhere or do anything.
Yeah, so you think bringing who
It
this
is...
deranged man believes to be his incarnated love interest to his castle, you think that he's gonna let her leave?
No, oh,
It is more
I've
complicated.
been saying we are not bringing Irina to dinner.
It is more complicated. None of the women who are the vessels of this Tatiana none of them survive. He is never able to possess this Tatiana. So the second he gets close, something takes her from him. Something removes her from his clutches, and he is unable to have her, and thus must wait for another reincarnation, the next iteration of this woman to be born in the realm, so that the cycle can repeat itself. It is... Keeping her away from him is the only thing that will keep her alive. You recognize this. The
Yes.
second that he puts his hands on her and is able to nearly have her as his own, something will intervene and take her from him.
There is over
It sounds
my
like he's
dead body,
cursed.
personally.
He's got some sort of curse that keeps him from being with the person he thinks he loves? Is that what this is? Some sort of curse of Strahd?
You could say that it is
Boo.
a curse of... Yes, I suppose that would be true. Whether that is his curse, whether being trapped in his lands is his curse, whether all of it is his curse, I don't know. But yes, the cycle does seem to repeat itself. I do not know what you should do when it comes to the dinner. I do not know what you should do when it comes to this tome that you have found lying on the bed in the bedroom.
Yes, that's very important to
But-
be established.
I do know after seeing your abilities, your capabilities, that, well, you are certainly one of the more impressive groups that has come through Barovia and attempted to take care of this problem. You didn't seem like much when you came down the road. We have had groups come through the land that were far more physically impressive than the four of you, but the fact that you were able to save our home, there is something about you four that I can sense. There is a power among you. But I can tell you that without the gemstones present at the winery, not only will we not be able to produce wine, not only will the land die, but we are also vulnerable to attacks from outside. That is what allowed these forest folk to overtake us in the first place. Our survival rests upon bringing these gems back, and my family is not equipped to rescue them.
I understand your plight. And if we are indeed able to recover your gemstones, I think what might be best in return is that you then help rebuild the shrines and the faith and the fanes.
Build the shrines of faith. Well, the shrines cannot just be rebuilt. They must be reconsecrated. There is a trial that must be undertook, and it is not something that I have the capability to do, nor do any of the members of my family.
Right, but what I'm...
Can we do it? Is that something that you can do? Scarface?
Isadora, do you respond to the...
I'm sorry, he said that to me?
You're the only one with a scar on your face.
Well, Willa's got them too.
There are two of us here with scars on our face. I'm just gonna stare at him and say, I like Hector much better.
You should be proud of your scars. They show the trials you've overcome.
And I turn around.
And do you say, want to know how I got these scars?
No.
Damn it!
They still don't know. I've never done any of that. Yeah.
They don't know shit.
Good. Leave it that way.
Well, we know some.
Hey, Zoot, how did you get those scars?
I overcame a trial.
Right, you have scars on your back. That's why you turned around. I thought you were just being edgy and dramatic. I am really out. Everything is today.
Right, so the lands have to be reconsecrated, but we both agree that the power that rested in the Fanes also came from worshippers.
My family have always held the ladies in high regard. Certainly there are those
Yes,
like
but now you
my
can use
son.
influence, right? The gift you've received from the Fanes. You can use this to reinstate their power over the land.
Sure, that is. Yes. If and when the shrines were reconsecrated, would my family be able to openly worship? Of course. That is without question. The younger members of our family, my children, their children, many of them do not even believe in the Fanes because it has been so long. I trust in my grandfather and my grandmother who told me that they knew of them, or at least knew of those who knew of them. But as the generations continue and the Fanes' power and influence and memory fades, it is more and more difficult. But yes, if somehow they were brought back to power and were able to overcome Strahd's hold on the land, and we were able to rid the land of the devil, and the ladies could once again sit in positions of power, would we be able to
No.
worship them? Yes, of course.
It's not necessarily that I'm getting at, right? We're trying to help you here, but you also have to help as well. That's what I'm trying to say. Maybe it's a weird or dumb thing, but it's not it shouldn't be, oh, once the clouds of gray have parted, then yes, I will openly, like, don't you see? You have to start somewhere. You can't wait to see the good result before you start doing something.
So what you're saying, young one, is that we should have faith.
Yeah, I guess I am.
Then we will. We will have faith in the 5 of you.
Oh my god. So,
Is Zoot raging?
I think we need to decide. Winter and I have been very clear about what we each think. Willa, Zoot, what do you think about dinner? Irina, you don't get to vote because you're not coming anywhere near that castle.
And she sort of like just doesn't even try.
Of course you get to vote, darling. You speak your mind.
No, it is. You are right. I will. Well, we will figure out where I will go. But I should not be there. You are right.
Can Willa make you a tiny hut and you just stay there all night?
Willa needs.
We can drop her off at the Vistani camp on the way over.
It's at this point, it seems like the only person who's gonna give me any honest answers about the dragon is gonna be the devil, if he's faced off with it before. So, short of
Maybe we'll
going
bring
to
it
the
back.
dragon's old home, I think dinner is another great place to look for answers.
Dude, I would love to hear more about why you want to go to this dragon so badly, but that's probably for another time.
Yes.
Just bookmarking it. Just saying it out loud to bookmark it.
Yes.
Willa?
Yeah.
She said no.
I want to go.
She voted no.
I want to go. Don't listen to her.
And of course, Winter, I can't imagine you'll be much thrilled with this plan either, but we could leave you to protect Irina.
Wait, what did Willa vote? I didn't hear her.
Willa voted no.
She voted yes.
Okay, Willa voted yes.
Will is slowly figuring out hand symbols. If you make it inside, and you are able to find any information that could be useful, just do your best to. Well, if things get bad, perhaps there is a way for. I have nothing. You just have to survive. You have to make it out of that castle. Give him whatever he wants that evening. Do not provoke him into doing something rash. Let him trust you. Leave with your lives and learn what you can. The most powerful thing we have right now is information.
You think information is more powerful than a battle axe that returns to me when I throw it?
They're tied.
He just sort of chuckles and shakes his head.
Tied for most important.
Okay,
I
they're
have an
tied. I'll be
idea.
polite.
What, Willa?
I have an idea. My first idea is that I am going to use message. Can I target like everyone? Can we open it like a chain, like a combo?
Channel?
Can I do like a group call?
With message, I don't think so. I think message is also one target.
Fuck. All right, I'm getting out a pen. I'm getting out paper. Here we go.
We spent so much money on that pen and paper.
Here we go. Here we go.
Should we get you a whiteboard?
Yeah, the target and only the target. Here's the message.
Backwards, dear. I keep showing up backwards.
I have an idea. I write on my piece of parchment. What if I keep writing?
Yep.
What if we study the information we have on his dead girlfriend? And one of us that's really good at performing.
She's gonna suggest the disguise thing, where I turn into Irina again. We talked about this a long time ago.
Session 1.
Absolutely not.
Well, like session 4, but still.
So,
Oh no,
the same day.
We're going somewhere
what
else with
if
this.
we make him think that I'm his reincarnated girlfriend,
Oh,
so
we're
that
going in this direction.
we
Okay.
have a mole on the inside that can get his ideas and his plans, absorb them, but since I'm not actually her, I won't die when he touches me.
No, you'll just
And I
die
think-
afterwards once he realized we fooled him. Yes. Let's
It's all right. We get it. You're horny for the vampire.
Well, and Irina
We
sort of raises her
understand.
hand and says, "It is not. You will not die when he touches you. He has touched me." She sort of pulls the collar down, and I believe it is just that this woman is within his power, under his spell, and he believes that he will finally get the chance to be with her for all eternity. That she is ripped from his clutches. I am assuming. Seeing as he has grabbed me before multiple times and has bitten me multiple times.
So I don't think we can die here.
I don't like that theory.
Yeah,
But if
well,
somebody has to die,
will
it should
I
be
die?
Hector.
Excuse me. What?
Oh, I just mean of the two of you. If neither of you can die, then it should be you, because obviously Willa has to look out for Winter.
No, they don't. It's fine. Willa can do it.
I don't think you could survive another death of your sister. Most people can't take two.
Okay, fine. We will not do that plan. It was just an idea. I want to be able to figure out how we can get him to trust us.
Yeah,
I
because
think we
dressing up
go,
as his
we
dead girlfriend
smile.
and tricking him.
We eat his food. We say thank you very much, and we
Will
go
he
on our
even
way.
have food?
He invited us for dinner. I don't know.
He didn't. He invited us for dinner, not to be dinner, right? Did we check that?
Yes.
Okay.
Did
I
you
didn't
check
read
the
the letter.
wording? Did you
It
check the
seemed to
wording
be
of
a
the letter?
peace offering.
Okay.
It's somewhere behind my green screen. I'm not going to go digging.
Then I think this is fine. If it's a real peace offering, then we're in a good spot. If it's not a real peace offering, then we go in expecting an ambush anyway. And I've got an axe that returns to me.
You're ready, dear. I agree. I think we need to go. I think if we don't, he comes, hunts us down, and kills us where we stand in an instant. I don't think there's a single thing to stop him from doing that, other than the fact he's curious about us, interested in us. We're some sort of entertainment for him. And as revolting as it is, I think the better we can keep that going, the better chance we have.
It's not that I disagree with that notion. It's just his sway over people and this land. It stretches beyond just, physically keeping us there, right? I'm afraid what if he, puts something in the food or messes with one of our minds and...
I don't know about you, but I feel like my mind's been pretty thoroughly messed with since I arrived. I don't know that that's
Yes,
going
but
to be
it's been
anything
your
new.
mind. Once we go there, maybe I'm paranoid, but
I mean, no, it's a very dangerous situation. I just
a
think
man
it's
this powerful
more
could
dangerous.
potentially have sway over us once we go. He could start, I don't know, listening to us and even
But I don't-
beyond the confines of his castle.
I don't think there's anything to prevent him from swooping in and having the same sway over us out here.
But we haven't gone to dinner yet. We haven't gone to his castle, to his territory.
Again, I think
This
all of
is
this
all
is his
his territory.
territory.
Yes,
I don't think the castle is going to make a difference.
I would agree that there is nothing that he can do in the castle that he would not be able to do anywhere in the realm. He is the land, in fact. I do not want to burden you with even more to think about. But when you are finished with dinner and you return and you survive this meeting, well, first, it might be interesting and important to figure out what exactly you are hoping to gain from meeting with him.
His patience.
Information. I want to know the layout of the castle. I'm also trying to figure out. I want to get inside of his head.
That may be difficult, but yes. Yes. That would certainly, well, it would offer a way in, potentially, a means of well, I will not say it would turn the tide, but it would certainly be a point in the favor of those who are allied against him. And we would be forever grateful. And I know that it is probably not a priority. I will say, though, that Yesterhill, if you can make it there, if you have the ability, after this meal, you could potentially help this greater cause while also helping the cause of my family. If you are able to find the gem and also find whatever mysteries are hidden at the hill itself that pertain to the ladies, then well, that would be a boon to those on the side of good in Barovia, and would allow our winery and our livelihood to survive. But I do know that you have a lot on your plate, and I fear, though, that if the winery goes much longer without even one of the gemstones, the land will forever die and become barren.
I mean, we're going there anyways, so assume we survive dinner. I can't imagine that getting the jewel would be too much of a hardship beyond anything we'd already be facing. Are we ready to move on? I know we're not all thrilled with this plan, but we need to start walking.
Are there things that you need that I can give you?
Cloak, big hug, please.
Yes. What else? We will do our best. Obviously, take all of the gold that we can offer you. I believe it is somewhere close to 10,000 in these 2 bags. Start with
You are
that.
beyond generous.
But anything else?
Any health? I don't know if you happen to have any healing potions. Those would certainly be useful.
We do not.
Understood. I believe we still have enough paper letters. We have our bedrolls. We have food from the Vistoni. Lower on the dress than a cloak if any of the women folk of your family have any dresses they're not using. I would not hate to have a single change of clothes.
You are about my Stefania size. I'm sure that she will find something for you.
That's all I need. Yes, I don't know. I think.
Okay.
I think.
I can at least offer you horses to help you get to the castle faster.
Oh my fucking god, horses would be a dream come true.
They are draft horses. They pull the cart full of wine, but we could. I mean, it is up to you. You can ride them yourself, or if you are not skilled riders, we can just remove some casks from the carriage, and you can, the cart, and you can ride in the cart with the horses pulling you. Willa, what does your message say?
Very excited about a card.
Willa holds up her parchment, and it reads something.
Maybe she's trying to write it backwards so it shows up right.
I think she was. I think she did successfully.
It did, but we still couldn't see it beyond the flickering of the...
I give you letters. Can you make sure they get to the right people? Yes, we will. We certainly have contacts and network that can...
Yes. Letters.
Please just leave whatever you wish with my family, and we will make sure that they get where they need to go.
Irina, will you write to your brother? I've been trying to let him know where we go, but I don't think I can right now.
Yes, of course. I think I should remain here, then, rather than you needing to drop me somewhere else on the way. I think, Valaki is clearly no longer safe, and, while Kreshk maybe, I know that they have holy sites there, not having been there myself, and without you with me, I would feel like it was an unnecessary risk when clearly I am among allies, people who are against the devil as we are. So I will remain here and assist with repairing what I can and keeping the family safe. And when you are done and safe after this meeting, which you will be safe, I trust. Well, you'll have to come by here anyway because Yester Hill is to the south. So
Of course.
just pick me up on the way. Do not forget about me.
We would never.
So Davian sort of
All right.
guides you back to the stables and gets you fitted.
I do kind of want to tug on Zoot's arm as we go, just to kind of drop back.
Yeah.
Hello.
And just kind of say, you may wear your scars as a badge of pride and of things you've overcome and of dangers you've faced. And whatever's on my face is new, but my scars are not that. They have never been that. They are a reminder of the pain I can cause when I'm not careful. And I will never see them as anything other than that. I'm gonna take off! Zoom! I walk away! I do the Vex
You did
thing, I
Vex,
walk away.
and I walk away.
I did Vex.
Okay.
If I can, I'm gonna reach for Winnie's hand. And I'm going to say the following.
Winnie, you hear in your head.
My heart shall see light, our hearts forever shall be forever. Go forth, rest in dreamland, I'll soon be there. Wait for me, my love, you know I'm here. To join you in dreams, you have nothing to fear. Fiery sun, begone moonlight, protect as heaven's star, shine through. Flame of hell, banish, lovely voice, cold and bare, wandering alone, asleep yet awake, safe in dreams, shelter from the storm, here. I'm not going anywhere. I did what I did to protect you because I love you. Please don't be mad at me for trying to keep you safe. It's my job as your big sister to keep you safe. And I won't ever quit it. So, be nice to me. Or I'm gonna be really upset, okay? And stop being grouchy. Because I'm here and I'm not going anywhere. You see, I can't die here. So even if I did try to die, I wouldn't be able to. So you're stuck with me. And if you have a problem with that, you can take it up with the weird tongue guy who brought me back. I love you. Stop being mean.
I won't say anything. But, Willa, when you first grabbed my hand, like to hold it, I wasn't gripping back. But now I am.
Sucker. I tickle you.
Our players walk back to the stable, get fitted. Finally, Zoot is able to hop into a cart. And the draft horses sort of knowingly, they know the path from the winery back toward Valaki, toward Barovia, and they know the path to the castle. They've traversed that multiple times. And you see Davian sort of whisper into one of their ears, And he sort of looks back at you and says, "The horses, they will know where to take you. They are smart.
That's weird.
They are smart animals. We've been training them for years, so they know the way."
I'm gonna hand him 2 letters, and I will message you privately, Tyler, with the contents of said letters.
I'm gonna change my mind, scrawl a really quick letter and hand it off as well. You'll get it from me, as always.
Yeah.
And I'm also gonna write a letter.
Yeah, you are.
It's gonna be the letter D for dragon.
Love it. Okay. The horses sort of whinny back and take off down the road and on towards, well, northward and then eastward towards Castle Ravenloft. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session. End a little early tonight. But it feels like a good stopping point. So we're back.
Castle Ravenloft!
We've got the 4 back. Death's weird here.
Leanna, how does it feel to have to lose a character in a Twitch campaign only to be brought back the next session as a strange semi-undead creature?
Is that so weird? It always happens
Who said
to
she's
me.
semi-undead?
Always happens to you.
She just can't
I don't know.
talk.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know about that. I
I
saw.
have like weird slime on my mouth or whatever.
It's a permeable surface somehow.
You should.
I'm going in. Stealing Allie's computer to go in on Photoshop. I can't wait.
Can you change both of your pictures? Can you both have new wiki pictures? One with the permeable
I'm
surface
sure gonna.
and one with the black eye void.
I'm actually gonna see if I can get like an appliance, something to put on my mouth, and actually like rig it.
Liana shows up to every game with duct tape over her face.
Yes, painted duct tape. Brilliant. Anybody got any plugs while we're still on?
This weekend!
What's this weekend,
Tomorrow
James?
night's metagame.
What's tomorrow night is metagame.
We metagame
No,
first. That's
they're
that's
awesome.
next.
Metagame is next. And then this weekend is...
Palmarpalooza.
It's part 2, Electric Spookaloo.
Part duh.
Yeah. So Tomb of Horrors.
Sunday night is the
and-
finale of Verdant Green.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Stein.
Monday is
in Hebrew. In Hebrew, it's
Craig's
Stein.
Vamp. I guess, I think it's another vampire game. We're all vampires all the time
Yep.
here.
It's spooky season.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Thirsty. It's thirsty
Thirsty Sword Lesbians is the game system, correct?
Mhm.
And then Tuesday is Playtest Tuesday with Vamp Camp. I'm curious to see who Rose has
More
picked.
vampires.
Vamp Camp was super popular. Oh my god, Rose has a hard job ahead of her because she has to like narrow down like 10 people to 3 and just turn everyone away.
And then we're back
Brutal.
Wednesday. Same bet time, same bet channel. 8:30 Eastern.
Oh, next week is gonna be like the Halloween special,
Next
And
week.
and it's gonna be like dinner with
And you're
him.
going to the castle.
Did you time that
Oh my god,
on
it is the
purpose?
Halloween special.
Did you
on
time
dinner.
that on purpose?
Well, let's remember that
Hmm.
originally the campaign was supposed to end at Halloween.
Yeah, okay, well, we're not talking about that. We've done 0 things. We've done 0
You're-
things on our list of things we must do to
I was
kill
gonna
this
say,
dog.
right, like
Zero.
you're
We haven't even
still
started the
in
list.
like the lore gathering phase. I was hoping that we'd be here by like August. Maybe like July. It's fine. No, it's all good. This is hey, it's what we all signed up for. So yeah, there might have been a little machination in terms of getting us to the castle on Halloween, but hey, we're at the castle on Halloween. So yeah. Shit's fun. So next Wednesday will be our sort of spooky stream in anticipation
Oh well, then I'm definitely gonna
in
try
anticipation
and
of the big night on Saturday. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Well, we'll see if they make it to the castle, and then we'll see what happens if and when they. Hey, he said it was going to be safe on the way there.
Not on the way back.
Oh, you'll be fine. It's all going to be fine. You're going to be great.
You guys, we can't die here.
Again.
That's gonna be my new thing. We can't
wonder-
die, so who
We're
cares?
basically
if next-
gods.
I wonder if next they're
You know
gonna
what
take
happens
away
when people
her
say that.
hands. That way,
Oh
she
no,
can't
Claire
even
the
play
DM,
instruments.
we're signing off.
We're
No,
done.
we're done early tonight.
Oh
No!
No!
Thanks, Claire the DM. See ya,
Claire.
Claire.
We love you, Claire the DM.
Thanks for following, Tinhat
Thanks for following.
Yeah.
Those were really cool.
yeah.
All right,
that's
quick,
at the last
everyone roll
minute.
initiative. Quick, wolves burst from the
We gotta-
trees.
Extend the stream. Extend the stream for the raid.
Vamp, vamp, vamp.
Alright.
All right, well,
this is tragic.
it is so
Well,
tragic.
come back next week,
Yes,
people,
come
if
back
you're not
next week.
busy.
Our players are hitting Castle Ravenloft for the very
We're
first
mating
time.
Dinner. The dinner's a
Okay.
week
dinner
from tonight.
with Strahd a week
Yeah.
from tonight,
Dinner
8:30
with
p.m.
vampires.
Does this
Eastern.
mean, James, you and I have to like prepare a dinner and eat it through the course of the?
Absolutely.
Yep.
I will eat so much next week. I will
Dinner
get fat.
with Strahd. I do have to say that is, yeah. Well, I'll tell you later. But
Is it like a cool thing? Do people love this dinner? Is it like a big thing in the world of Strahd?
It's like the
it's the
iconic
I was
scene
gonna
of
say
the
it's the
module.
one thing that James knew about the module going in was that there's a dinner with Strahd. Yeah, it's pretty up there. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
I think the dinner actually comes from the old Ravenloft modules of the 80s and 90s. So it is I mean it is like an iconic D&D scene from the like last 40, 50 years.
Wow!
Next week.
And we get to experience it.
I know nothing else about it.
Next week.
Next week.
8:30.
Okay.
Next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. Until then.
Keep rolling the dice.
Keep rolling the dice.
Bye, everybody.
Woo!